A few years ago, most people couldn't even point to Albania on a map. Today that's changing. Travel influencers are talking about it. Digital nomads are moving there. Tourists are choosing it over some of Europe's most famous destinations. And you know, many travelers are calling it one of the best value destinations in Europe. Albania 2026. So what happened? Why is everyone suddenly talking about Albania in 2026? And more importantly, is Albania really worth the hype? Let's find out. For decades, Albania remained one of Europe's least visited countries. While millions of tourists were heading to France, Italy, Spain, and Greece, Albania quietly remained under the radar. Many people knew almost nothing about it. Some travelers even avoided it, simply because it wasn't a destination they heard much about. But that lack of attention may have become Albania's biggest advantage. Because while much of Europe became increasingly crowded and expensive, Albania stayed relatively undiscovered. And now, people are beginning to notice. One of the biggest reasons Albania has exploded in popularity is the coastline. Many travelers arrive expecting beautiful beaches. What they don't expect is just how stunning some of them actually are. Crystal clear water, dramatic cliffs, small coastal villages, and scenery that honestly many people compare to destinations that cost 2 or 3 times more. Some visitors even describe parts of the Albanian Riviera as one of Europe's best-kept secrets, and that's exactly why more people are talking about it. But beaches alone don't explain the sudden interest. Another major reason is affordability. Let's be honest, travel in Europe has become expensive. Flights, hotels, restaurants, transportation, it all adds up. Many travelers are looking for destinations that offer incredible experiences without completely destroying their budget. For many visitors, Albania feels like a refreshing alternative. You can often enjoy beautiful scenery, great food, and memorable experiences for a fraction of what you might spend elsewhere in Western Europe. And in today's economy, that's a powerful advantage. But perhaps the most surprising thing about Albania isn't the coastline or the prices. It's how much the country has changed. Many people still imagine Albania through outdated stereotypes. They picture a place that feels isolated from the rest of Europe. The reality is very different. Modern cities, growing tourism infrastructure, new hotels, improved roads, and a growing international community. Albania is evolving quickly, and that's one reason many travelers want to visit before it becomes too popular. Because let's face it, part of the magic of discovering a destination is experiencing it before everyone else does. And that's where Albania finds itself today. Not completely unknown, but not yet overwhelmed by mass tourism, at least for now. Of course, no destination is perfect, and Albania is no exception. Tourism infrastructure is improving, but some areas still feel less developed than the major tourist destinations of Western Europe. Some travelers love that authenticity, while others may find it challenging. The experience really depends largely on what type of traveler you are. If you enjoy adventure, discovering new places, and experiencing destinations before they become mainstream, Albania might feel exciting. But if you prefer highly polished tourist experiences with everything perfectly organized, you may notice the difference. But for many people, that's exactly the appeal. The feeling that you're discovering something new, something authentic, something that hasn't yet been transformed into a giant tourist attraction. And that brings us back to the original question. Why is everyone talking about Albania in 2026? Because travelers are constantly searching for the next destination, the next surprise, the next place that makes them feel like explorers instead of tourists. And right now, Albania is offering exactly that. Beautiful landscapes, historic towns, affordable travel, a growing reputation, and the feeling that you're discovering Europe from a different perspective. Will Albania remain a hidden gem forever? Probably not. The more people discover it, the more popular it will become. But today, it still offers something that many destinations have already lost: the feeling of discovery. And perhaps that's why so many travelers are paying attention. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever visited Albania? Or would you consider traveling there in the future? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy discovering fascinating destinations, hidden gems, and the stories behind the world's most interesting places, subscribe to Far and Beyond. In the next videos, we'll continue exploring Europe and beyond. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next journey.